New York City.
WVFP.
Energy and charisma.
Why is that funny?
It's definitely awkward.
Look at me, I'm different.
Get to the point.
This podcast, like the Red Room from...
The opinions expressed by the guests, hosts, and callers of this show do not reflect the views of WVFP or our sponsors.
WVFP.
I want to start this episode out with a little bit of truth, a little bit of nicety. You and the Lord reach down. I do it more, but we're here in the restaurant.
I want to let you know I feel
Did anybody look while I was doing that?
the same. They all look.
Julie, thank you, doctor, for saving me. And I have to tell you, having a reason to get up in the morning, that was a good thing for me. I really enjoy having a purpose in life.
Well, you texted me at 9 a.m. this morning.
I waited. I waited a while to text.
With a bright sunshine.
I'm out bothering people as soon as the sun comes up. Are you going to go out tonight?
I am.
We probably shouldn't date this because it's going to come out like a week later. So we won't say any events or anything, but you're going out to have a good time.
I'm going to see Judith Butler. It's my first stop at New School.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
You're taking a gander. You're getting educational with it. Well, I'm not going over there.
Ooh, chin chin.
Look at you. You're loading up. Can I order with you?
Sure.
Let me get the regular old Gracie burger there.
The new Gracie burger?
Yeah.
Medium?
Yeah, medium well. I'm not taking any chances.
Fries?
Yes, sir. You want something
Can
to
I
eat?
eat some of your fries?
Yeah, you can have all the fries. Do I look like I need a French fried potato?
Yes.
No. Do you want anything else with it? Okay. She's just going to keep drinking the beer.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Let's tell everybody that you're having a fermented beverage here.
Exactly. Fermented beverage. It's basically a kombucha.
This weird thing that's always happening with you where I think I'm a big bad guy, and then we get here and you're drinking a beer and I'm having just a coffee.
It's a light beer.
Cucked by a tiny doctor. All over the place here. It's
Still summer. It's summer until the 22nd, and beer is for summer.
Okay, you're drinking light beer until the sun goes down.
Yeah, on the 22nd of this month.
That's good. Well, I save all my drinking for much later. You know, I'm a day drinking guy, but if I don't get to it, I become a night stalker.
What does that mean?
Well, part of the reason for me to be a day drinker is like to quell the beast. And I'm kind of out there. I feel like it's during the business day, so I'm getting stuff done. But if I don't do that and I just kind of take it cool all day long, and maybe I do a domestic chore or a project, I just like kind of hang out. And after the sun goes down, I'm on the prowl. I'm out there. It's it's not good for anybody, really.
Yeah, following your stories, it seems like you're always out there on the prowl.
It's true.
Your Instagram stories.
Are you watching those?
I am.
I'm not putting very much on there.
So there's more prowling
There's so much going on.
than it looks like.
My Instagram will be way better if I could remember to post, but there's a point at which I'm having too much fun.
When you blacked out.
No, that's not true.
Just messing.
I remember everything, or at least sometimes I'm filming it.
After our first episode, I blacked out.
Oh, really?
I don't remember that. You were like,
you're letting everybody in on that.
you kept leaving the cab and saying, I'm going to show my uncle. And I had no memory of that.
You were yelling about how you were going to mail all of our recorded material to your friends and family.
I have no memory of that.
I tried to explain to you this is not an endeavor for free.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing though where I can't remember it, but I have a clear memory of you telling me about it. So it's like one of those meta memories.
I should have never even said anything.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I need to just ignore a lot of what you're saying and we have a much better time. Do you think any kind of friendship we had's already taken a hit with this goddamn podcast? We're like working now.
I feel like this is a total formal culmination of our friendship because we were going to have something on the record.
Wouldn't it be a lot more fun if, like, when you moved to New York City, we didn't do this fucking podcast, and then me and you were just hanging out and we were just having fun? Like, is this, you know what I mean? This is like
I realized the
something
other day that you think that because you were like, just go out and have fun. Like,
Right.
you don't have to work anymore. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
they're your slave driver over here.
Right. Yeah, I do have a complex where I'm bothering you now.
Oh,
Because
no.
you're supposed to, you have an actual life and I don't. Like, I look at your life, you're talking about you're going to Judith Butler, you have a date with somebody, all these things are happening.
I didn't say that.
I'm inside, I'm in a deep, dark hole. And I don't want to stop you from going out, just having the New York City time of your life.
Do you want to talk about the abyss that you just mentioned?
Oh, there's an abyss, all right.
The big, bad
It's not like
boogeyman?
Herman Melvin. It's not like Herman Melvin anymore, though, because when you yell into the abyss, it shouts back at you now. And then it, like, DMs you and stuff. And you're like, God damn abyss. It's following me everywhere.
Okay. Well, I'm all ears.
The abyss is a good character because now that it doesn't exist in the human imagination anymore, you can be the abyss because it's a character now. It exists.
I almost wrote my dissertation on the abyss.
The abyss is like a guy in a play now. The way New York City can be a character in your show, the abyss can be a character now because it answers back. So we can all be it, and then I can pretend to be the abyss on the internet. Take out a credit card in the abyss's name. It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
As
now.
long as they don't call me later the collectors, like
They're gonna. This whole show's on your credit card.
we're calling them the
Let's
abyss.
talk about all the money I've spent on celebrities who've already ripped me off.
I'm wondering about that. What's
Oh,
going on
boy.
with Sierra?
Well, no, Sierra's
Amore.
fine. She's a professional person.
Nice. Okay.
But she received some budget from the show that I stole from you for advertising. I was going to. You don't have to remember this because I got the money. It doesn't matter if you remember anymore. But I was going to get a sex magazine ad.
Good
Get an
idea.
ad. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great idea. Whoa. Yo, shout out Tom Tuna. I was going to get the ad. But then I was just, got them to beg for the money. And then I was going to get the ad. I just forgot about it. I was doing something else. So then I had this money. I was going to try. So, you've got some celebrities who we've encouraged to travel through this budget, and some of them have took the money and ran.
Who are we meeting in Florida?
I don't know about the Florida thing. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what the hell's gonna happen. My life's only, I can only get about 10 days out on my life right now.
Okay.
It's kind of a crazy thing. Let's not talk about anything that's happening with the show, because it'll be out of time when this is released, but I have this overwhelming urge to only talk about that. And I think it's good to record these podcasts so that I can't talk business about the podcast. Do you know what I mean by that?
You've got to talk about everything else.
Yeah, if we were not on the podcast right now, I would want to incessantly talk about the business of the podcast, what we have to do, and all the people, and the scheduling.
I mean, you slipped me this note.
I slipped you a paper. You must notarize this paper. Get it back to me by tomorrow.
You sound like the chair of my department. You have 10 minutes.
How much of this Gracie's music are we going to get on the radio? That's pretty cool.
I mean, I thought it was pretty bad, but
Well, I don't mean, I'm not judging the techno beats. I'd say
techno beats, loungy, the lounge.
I like your microphone.
This is a great mic. The
I think it's pretty
Rode.
cool.
The Rode.
I purchased this. I thought it was pretty neat.
Nicely done.
I think if the credit card companies knew what I was doing with their precious loaned money, they would just cut me off immediately. Do you think that we're going to a world where it's not about credit limit, it's about like some algorithm saying like, you're buying a lot of stupid things?
Isn't that what a credit score basically is?
I know, but do you think we could go to a future where they just tell people like, instead of saying you got a $5,000 credit limit or something, they say
No more
you can buy
coffee?
essentials, but your ass, you need to slow down on the toilet paper. We see how much toilet paper you've been buying. It's not appropriate.
To be honest, I don't think it's a terrible idea.
Oh, jeez, guys. Sometimes I think I could invent any kind of socialist dystopia, and you might
Yeah,
just
exactly. That's
totally.
I knew that was I knew that's what that was, but then I thought, like, I'm not gonna say what I'm thinking.
Wasn't that the
gonna
point
hold
of Urinetown? Was that everybody wanted to go to the bathroom, but it cost money, and so it's a show about the authoritarianism of controlling public's works and stuff, and they're charging. They got a private corporation charging money to go to the bathrooms, quarter to go to the bathroom. It's a dystopian future.
They could fuel that, or they could feed that into the subway system. Returning to
Isn't it funny that
previous conversation.
New Yorkers wrote a dystopia about how it costs money to go to the bathroom? Like, that's the New Yorkers' worst nightmare. It's like, and then there's no bathrooms. Ah!
Well, in Paris, the Banyels was famous for having potties all over. Like the Paris of the 19th century was just potties everywhere.
That's disgusting. Paris already grosses me out. I know a lot of
New York is way dirtier.
Oh,
than
whatever.
Paris.
I know
Pizza wraps.
a lot of the people I know downtown, they don't want to disparage, we don't want to disparage Paris or Berlin because we'd like to go there and sell some stuff. But at the same time, oh, geez, I'm getting a little sick of Paris. I think it's really gross.
I prefer Barcelona to any other city.
Oh, here we go.
But, yeah.
I think I should be able to hold this a little closer to my face. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Bring it up there a little bit higher.
I don't know how to work it. The really fun thing about the studio is you don't have to think about any of this stuff. I charge you $1 million to do something simple you could do yourself. Instead, you just sit there and get washed like a baby.
WTF Studios. Like, what the?
They're charging us. They're charging us top dollar. I'm wondering when we get the coupon.
Job, but
I hope we get a coupon.
like 2 for 1.
Oh, sure, boy,
Freebie.
we'd be rich then. 2 for 1.
BOGO.
Oh my goodness gracious. We've got a lot of great guests coming up. I don't think we should talk about any of them. I don't know how this is going to be released.
It's very exciting.
It's going to be really fun. It's knocking my socks off. I told you before, I'm getting robbed by a couple youth celebrities
Do you
right now.
want to talk about that?
Well, no, I played for a young man who is my political, he believes he's a political rival. He's going to yell about the politics. Doesn't like me very much. I was going to invite him on the show. He could, he'll tell the world what he has, the problems that he has. I was totally into that. I was going to pay not just for a hotel room. Hey, we got a little party.
Hotel party.
But also his train ticket from whatever rich place in fucking Connecticut he lives in.
What happened?
Well, I took the train ticket and he never showed up.
Stop. You're joking.
So I had a free hotel room the other night. I was hanging out in Soho. You didn't know that?
No, you didn't invite me.
Wow, you're a doctor. There ain't more doctors at the party.
And that means you're also recording without me. You're recording behind my back.
No. Nothing like that would ever happen. I think I'm going to do I was going to do something without you.
It's okay.
It's a
I give you
crossover.
my
I was going to do a
blessing. You're
crossover.
gonna do a crossover?
I think it's an appearance. I don't know if it's like without you because it's like an appearance on something else.
I'm totally fine with that.
You don't care about what happens on this podcast.
What I'm wondering is, where are these French fries? Is my main question in this moment.
As long you're the doctor of the show, you're really getting into the guests. You know what I mean? And that's really the important part of what you're doing. I am just trying desperately to stay sober and not get us canceled immediately.
I'm just trying to provide a little bit of historical consciousness.
There's an etymology going on, or a anthropology of the downtown scene?
I definitely think that's on your horizon. I think
Not me.
I think the programming that you've been coming up with is definitely
This is your program. What about your pro? You are going to also have programming.
ethnography. I mean, I'm mainly just trying to get people from Barcelona.
You just want to party with like hot dudes.
Ew.
Trying to get hot dudes on the.
Ew. Ew.
Listen, I don't know how courting works in the 21st century. I don't really talk to girls like that. Basically what I do with girls is I present myself. I'm here. This is me talking loudly at the end of the bar. It's a presentation.
Okay.
A little cock-a-doodle-doo down there.
Okay.
And then the ones who can stand it, they make themselves known. That's it. That's the whole courting
You know,
process.
I've gone out with you on a number of occasions. I've never seen that process. Like I've never.
You say no, and nobody ever talks to me. Is
Yeah,
that what
exactly.
you're
That is what I'm saying. They run away.
Well, thanks for dropping the truth on the
do you
goddamn podcast. Everybody runs away from me. all
You
the
remember
time.
that girl the other day? She was like, "I'm here for Fashion Week. Drink prosecco with me."
And I
felt
said
like,
no to her or something.
I mean, she wanted to drink with me, but you know.
I had a couple drinks in the early day down there in Soso, what I'm calling South Soho, Soso.
Okay. Were you wearing
In a
the
pasta
Stetson?
place. Of course I was wearing the Stetson. You're just saying that because I'm not wearing it now.
No, I was looking
Like-
at this. This is like New York.
Okay, I'm not
crew.
wearing it now, but that's because you know, my forehead will get pimply.
have a
I
line.
need to take a break. Just one little break on
Gross.
the Stetson. Yeah. But if I go downtown to Soso, I'm gonna be
Nice.
Stetsoned up for sure, yeah. There's no more hiding for me. What am I gonna do about that?
Visibility's increasing.
You know, you got the show, and then you got the hat, and then everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, it's the guy in the hat. That guy we didn't know."
They're gonna think you're related to the other New York cowboy. Yeah.
What's going on?
I saw that. What was that?
I
The
don't know.
fly in my beard.
I don't know.
Gross.
I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna ignore it though. You know, there's no foul.
I'm still
We
drinking
saved
it.
it. I
don't
feel
know.
like because you're from Spain, you didn't really care that there was a fly around there. I think maybe you're just used to sitting outside a lot, or I don't know why you were so blasé about that.
I have no rebuttal.
There's a lot of things.
I don't know.
After so, you know, I think eventually people expect us to
Get to the point.
talk about politics and stuff because we have opposing probably worldviews and stuff. But are we really going to do that? Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. You take all the bad stuff on the plate. I'm only eating the good stuff.
That looks good.
No, I know it
That
is.
looks really good.
I mean, you can't have any of it until
Some of
we
those
finish this.
onions.
No, until we finish this podcast. I didn't know that was going to be a real game, Dr. Julie. Or I would have played. You know, people expect us eventually to do some kind of ridiculous political thing. And, you know, maybe we'll do, when this podcast is like weekly live, maybe we'll discuss current events, something like that. Maybe
Queen.
that's, maybe,
The Queen died.
maybe that, yeah, the Queen, right? I'll tell the Queen. But well, the interesting part between us, I think, would be like, do you think, I don't know if I asked you this already in the initial episode, but I was thinking the other day, what if you had stayed here through the DT administration, through all the nutty stuff I was doing, just all this just crazy stuff that was happening? Do you think we still would be friends, or will we have, you know what I mean?
This is like
Isn't that
an
a
alternate
weird-
reality
Yeah.
where the national socialism prevailed.
No, this is an alternate reality where you went to NYU or something. You just stuck around. Did you ever think about sticking around and going? You didn't. You know.
No.
You never.
Why is that funny?
I don't know. It's kind of a good choice. I mean, it's a smart thing to do. But anyway, I'm just saying.
I've always
We stayed kind of close throughout a time period where people who had even kind of opposing viewpoints became not friends, and people are yelling at each other all the time. I don't know. But we didn't go through that, but you weren't in the country. And we weren't really seeing each other.
I mean, I remember one time you yelling at me about how
always
people
yelling.
are holding up like Marx, like Karl Marx
yeah.
is like a symbol for some kind of like a cult.
I was
cult
probably
thing.
complaining about the 500th anniversary down at NYU. They had a month-long celebration for his 500th
I think that
birthday.
was that. That was that, yeah.
Okay, it's not a political... I think it's ridiculous the way they're talking about it. It's not that I'm like, I can't hear Karl Marx's name or something. It's that they're having this giant, ridiculous
The
celebration.
effigy.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
it's
didn't
just
like
kinda,
that.
It's just stupid. I probably complained to you too about like...
What amendment was that? The amendment that people are always fighting over.
all of the amendments.
Numero dos.
Oh yeah.
Number 2.
Do I get a bomb with that?
Probably.
I heard right there in the amendment it says, if you can build the machine, you are allowed to use it legally.
Okay, no, but I was reading the original Constitution, the
Oh my God.
1776 ratified
So you're in your
Constitution the other
house.
day.
You're in your house here doing that.
Yes, and I was comparing it to the original Haitian
just
Constitution.
Can you just call
Which-
me? Let's do something fun. Just feel like
What?
you're
It's for my
studying.
dissertation.
You're just
I have to
studying
compare-
books all day long. Well, what's the big takeaways there? Do you get anything big there?
Okay, just like I'm not going to quote, just like the big H says, freedom is the story of mankind, and the categories of enslaved and freed person are so tremendously important for liberalism. That is the takeaway, which I was just trying to prove in a quick kind of roundabout way.
So, do you have anything going there where these are our two original choices and personalities, and we must choose one of these things?
No, I think
You
that was
said
your
it was the
theory from
basis.
the 90s.
No, you said the basis for the whole thing is that you're at one or the other.
Yeah, but I don't mean...
Doesn't that mean at some point you must choose to
You're
be one or the
you're
other?
such a liberal.
I
That's
don't
like
care if
such
you
an
can keep saying- no.
individualist
All
stance.
You,
Like
yeah,
you
I know.
just
All you
like,
leftists decided at like a
You are
conference a couple years ago.
such
You were
a
going to start
liberal.
calling everybody a liberal as if it was a slur.
like,
We're
it's
not
not
offended.
a slur. I'm not saying
Nobody's
it's bad. I'm just saying
offended.
like your subjectivity is so highly liberal. Like you are.
That's what got me famous.
You're like the end. You're like such a great man over here. Like it's just.
What's wrong with that? No, what if I'm the first man? What if I'm Adam Cadman?
It's like the last.
Adam
man.
Cadman,
I
the
don't
very
know.
first man.
I don't know. I think it's ridiculous.
Well, there's definitely nothing after me. I know I'm not the first guy because there's old people around, but we're definitely at the end of it. So it might be one of the last personalities to exist. You know, forms of personality. Like I'm one of the things you have to choose from. That's a dark thought, isn't it?
You have to choose from. There's the freed man, there's the slave man, and then there's
The frog man.
there we go. Okay. All right.
Well, thanks a lot for coming on the show again. I don't know if you're ever doing this. I think we have an exciting time ahead of us. I hope we can keep it real. I hope we can stay friends. I hope that we still have time to go on little lunch dates like this. We're in the place. I'm eating food. You're drinking beer. This is the way it should be.
Cheers for that. We're gonna see if we make it out of here alive and not
Nobody
in like a
gets out. Nobody's
dumpster
getting
fire.
out alive. To wrap it up, we're going to be doing a lot of fun things pretty soon. We're going to have a phone number out there that you can call on Sundays, and we might even answer it live on
Is
the
that a
radio
212
show.
or 415?
It's whatever we can get our hands on.
Okay.
We're going to start doing commercials doing this. We're going to start reading our Patreon or whatever, however you say it. I'm going to go through a list of pronunciations to try to figure out how to say all the services I'll be using. There's a million things to learn how to say once you start interacting with IRL. It's totally ridiculous out here.
IRL.
I'm doing it. And we'll have the address where you find the thing. We'll have a phone number you could call. I could probably get that done
P.O.
today,
box.
but it's
I
getting
thought you
late.
have a P.O. box.
Oh, I've got a couple P.O. boxes because I got a couple different identities. That doesn't matter. The IRS knows about it. And we're gonna check back in. We're gonna have amazing guests, and we're really gonna rock it out. Thanks for coming again.
Thanks for having me.